It is my pleasure to invite our Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. B.S. Thomas Sir, to share his insight and guide us ahead. Over to you, sir.
सर, आपसे इतना सीखा, देखा और जाना है कि कहने के लिए समय हमेशा ही कम रहेगा. But yes, we have seen you lead by examples and you have made us learn a couple of things. Like seeing the invisible is what is known as vision. Self-belief is everything, and one should always dream big. And we will be blessed to have some encouraging words for you. And may I have the audience to give a big round of applause to Dr. Thomas.
Good evening to everybody, and especially my friends. मैं भी आप लोगों में से ही हूँ, पर मैं थोड़ा सा ब्रॉड स्पेशलिटी में हूँ, और आई एम बेसिकली पीडियाट्रिक गैस्ट्रोएंटरोलॉजिस्ट. First of all, I must congratulate that this neonatology forum has made 4 decades before. 40 साल का आपका है अपनापन जो आज यहाँ आप सब लोग बैठे हुए हैं. और मैं समझता हूँ कि जैसा डॉक्टर अशोक गुप्ता ने कहा, मैं न्यूबॉर्न को एक बड़ा जीनियस मानता हूँ. जीनियस इसलिए कि आज तक भी देखा जाए तो उसके कुछ, जब न्यूबॉर्न पैदा होता है उसके कुछ सेकेंड्स पहले को फिटनेस होता है, और जैसे पैदा होता है भी सेम इज ए न्यू बॉर्न. इट्स वेरी जीनियस एंड स्टिल इट इज एग्जैक्टली करेक्ट. वी हैव नॉट अंडरस्टैंड द फुल फिजियोलॉजी एंड मैकेनिज्म ऑफ द न्यू बॉर्न. स्टिल वी आर इन द इन्फेंसी. विद दिस I just welcome and say my thanks to Dr. Naveen Bajaj, Additional Chapter President, Dr. Rajesh Kumar, Dr. Suman Rao, Dr. Sandeep Kadam, and I know him personally, very, very dynamic, charismatic, and very enthusiastic Dr. Ashok Gupta, who was with me in �𝐏 𝐍𝐄𝐎𝐶 Hospital, my junior friend. Thank you very much, Ashok Gupta. That my beloved Dr. Dhananjay Mangal, he was also with me in �𝐏 𝐍𝐄𝐎𝐶, and wonderful person, very, very wonderful person, and you know, well-famed neonatologist in the India and the world, Dr. Jackson Miltal. I am very grateful to all of you. And also Dr. Anurag Tomar. I am very thankful to all of you, and especially all other dignitaries present on the dais, and very important dignity present off the dais. मैं समझता हूँ, जब मैंने कहा कि नेशनल न्यूरोलॉजी फोरम अबाउट 4 decades पहले पैदा हुआ, यानी कि 80s में पैदा हुआ, तो मैं क्या ऐसे कोई मौजूद हैं लोग यहाँ पे जो कि 80s में MD पीडियाट्रिक्स करके न्यूरोलॉजी में घुस चुके थे? There is somebody else present? कोई नहीं. मैं ये बात इसलिए पूछ रहा हूँ, अगर वो होते तो शायद, जो मैं आपको छोटी सी बात बताने जा रहा हूँ कि आज हम इतने छोटे से न्यूबॉर्न, जिसको मैं जीनियस कह रहा हूँ, उस पर हम लोग इतनी गहन चर्चाएं कर रहे हैं, जो चर्चा का विषय है. मैं ये बात कहना चाहूँगा, मेरा अपना एक्सपीरियंस है कि मैं जब 75 में, 1975, very early, I think most of this you will now be born. Then I did my MD pediatrics, and that time pediatrics was going towards on height, and after that nobody thought of in it sometime 75 going into the pediatric subspecialty, because that time pediatrics what itself is a super specialty. When I entered in MBBS in 1967 and I passed MBBS in 72. So at that time the pediatrics were a short note in medicine paper. So anyhow, I entered into pediatrics, and in 72 when I passed the MD pediatrics, that time because more of the children were dying because of diarrhea, malnutrition, dehydrations, and so on, most common the gastrointestinal diseases. And one of the most common liver disease that time was the Indian childhood cirrhosis. So I decided to proceed further. There was no center in the country which can provide us to fellowships into the pediatric gastroenterology. With the grace of God, I had a chance to study the pediatric gastroenterology in prestigious Harvard University. And then I had a chance to study the pediatric liver disease in the King's College of London, and came back and I became a assistant professor in SMS Medical College, Jaipur. अब मैं आपको जो मेन बात कहने जा रहा हूँ कि जो यहाँ पे अगर 40 साल पुराने हमारे कोई दोस्त होते, मेरे साथी होते, हमारी उम्र के, तो ये मेरी बात समझ रहे होते कि जब मैं यहाँ आया उस समय 1980 की बात है, तो पीडियाट्रिक का मतलब क्या हुआ करता था। जब तक बच्चे ने चलना नहीं सीखा, यानी 1-1.5 साल का नहीं हुआ, और जब तक उसने ठीक से बोलना नहीं सीखा, यानी 2-2.5 साल का नहीं हुआ, तब तक वो पीडियाट्रिक्स था। और जैसे ही उसने चलना सीख लिया और थोड़ा बोलना सीख लिया, तो मेरे प्यारे दोस्त डॉक्टर्स जो मेडिसिन की हुआ करते इसको खींच ले जाया करते थे। कंसेप्ट वाज दैट पीडियाट्रिक वाज सपोज टू बी ए up to only 1.5 years and 2 years. I must appreciate, I must congratulate the Indian Academy of Pediatrics, which is our mother branch, who took this step slowly and forward. So up to 12 years, they thought that is a pediatrics. Then slowly and slowly, I think up to adolescence, we are considering the pediatrics. So this is the olden thoughts which I want to share to young children who are like our son, my son and daughters. This was and that time to separate a super specialty in pediatrics was to fighting with the giant people in medicine. So the people who were previously, they were fighting for that. Anyhow, I congratulate the National Neurology Forum and the Rajasthan chapter of the National Forum, because this has been actively made for advocacy, policy making, research and quality improvement of our newborn babies. The neonatal mortality rate, I think, as I knowledge, it is about 25 per 1,000 newborns, and one of the most common causes of the death in the newborns are prematurity, low birth weight, infections, birth asphyxia, birth trauma. They are the main common causes, to my opinion. I am not a specialist like you, because you are the specialist of a genius. So you are a genius person, because a specialist of genius means you are all genius. I am just touching the outside of whatever scope of me, as to just to come in front of your chief guest. And that I was reading that according to United Nations, 2.6 million babies do not survive through their first month. And according to UNICEF, newborn survival is linked to the country's income. I hope you are expert, you might be well knowing with this fact. मैं यहाँ कहना चाहूँगा कि ये इसलिए ज़्यादा मुझे भी लगता है कि ये कंट्री की इनकम से ज़्यादा लिंक है, क्योंकि if I see low income group countries, the average newborn mortality rate is about 27. And while we see the higher income group countries, this figure is only about 3. So somewhere it figures up that it is most common in those countries who are poorer countries than to those countries who are richer countries. and our sustainable target of neonatal mortality to reduce is to reach by 12, I suppose, by 2020. I think one of the most important region, you may correct me, I have read that another important point is that India is a major country in the world to have higher mortality rate in girls baby than the boys baby. This is my reading, my observation in different journals. If I am correct, if I am wrong, you can correct me, because I read in very important books and journals and news from UNs. Then another point I would like to stress with you, because if we see in our own country, the Goa and Kerala have the infant mortality of 10 per 1,000 babies, while I was studying the infant mortality in countries like Uttarakhand, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh and Rajasthan, it is about 46 per 1,000 live birth. So these 4 states, to my knowledge, are responsible for 57% of Indian neonatal deaths. So, to my opinion, as I told you, poverty, lack of education, and lack of healthcare facilities, to my opinion, is one of the important cause of the death in the neonates. 80% of neonatal death rates can be saved or can be prevented. To my opinion, they can be saved with access to well-trained midwives, provide clear water disinfections, breastfeeding within first hour of their born of child or born of newborn, and skin-to-skin contact and good nutrition. As I told earlier, that it has been shown that baby born to mother which has no education face nearly twice the risk of early death of the newborn as compared to the babies of a mother who have only secondary education. I was reading a research paper on this in a very renowned journal, and I could get a message with this. So here I can mention one more important thing to you, that in UK and US it is about 4 per 1,000 live born is in mortality of the newborns. But when I was seeing the mortality rate in the newborn is in Sweden, Iceland and Finland and Czech, it was only 2. So I am giving this thought to you. When we are saying the poverty, garibi, lack of income, lack of accessibility to the knowledge of health and education, so they predispose the neonatal death in most of the countries, most of the states. But even United States and UK, they are wealthy country, they are most prosperous country. As far as industry is concerned, there are more industries in these countries. But if I go to the Finland, Iceland, Czech and Sweden, they are not as powerful as the US and UK. But even they have the death rate of 2. So, but when we see these countries, they come into the highest in happiness index. So my dear friends, genius people, you can also work on this. Can happiness index among, even between the poverty and even between our situation, can happiness index can reduce the newborn mortality rate? This is a fact figure I am giving to you. Our government of India is doing a lot of things to prevent the infant mortality rate, or to upgrade their survival by doing NRIHM or GSY scheme, so many. And in particular, our top neonatologists, by reaching the high coverage of quality antenatal care, skilled care at birth, postnatal care for mother and baby, and good care of small and sick newborns, right? So I'm sure that with this, I'm just only giving one thought that in India, we are comes under the lower middle income group of the country as far as classification of the world, UN classification. So till we improve our income, it will take time. So we have to increase our more education, which also is part of the predisposing factor of the neonatal mortality rate that we should focus on. And second thing I told you that why not? If happiness index improves the neonatal mortality rate, then we must give more research paper towards the happiness index and producing the happiness atmosphere in the mother when she is having antenatal period, natal period, and so on. And rest thing like skin to contact and best natal care we are giving. So with this, I bless to all of my, I can say my younger friends, my junior friends, that you are in a very privileged situation. Then we are talking here to a very super specialty branch, a genius branch of neonatology, and we must be thankful to our more senior people who have fighted to become a make the pediatric as a super specialty, and then to later on becomes more and more branches. Thank you very much, and nice to coming here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for those encouraging words. We now proceed for our award presentation for Fellowship Neonatology 2022 and 23. I request our Chief Guest, sir, Dr. B.S. Tomar, sir, to please present the awards to our students. Dr. Elizabeth Mary John, KIMS Trivandrum, Mentor, Dr. Naveen Jain. The session, August 2022. Dr. Snigdha Samanta, Rani Hospital, Mentor, Dr. Rajesh Kumar is the first runner-up. August 2022 session. Dr. Ankita Bhagat, Bharatiya Vidyapeeth, Mentor, Dr. Pradeep Suryavanshi, session March 2023. Dr. Anusha Kulkarni, LTMC, Mentor, Dr. Swati Manerkar, session March 2023. Anusha. Dr. Anusha.
So it is not a moment, it is a journey. And the hard work, the thoughts, the approach and the vision with achievements is what make legends. And it's time for us to have the honor to felicitate the legends with the Lifetime Achievement Award. May I invite upon with proud privilege and grace Dr. Rekha Odani ma'am from Mumbai. Dr. Udani ma'am had been an eminent pediatrician and a neonatologist. She has presented more than 300 research papers in international and national conferences and more than 220 workshops on KMC and breastfeeding. She is also a recipient of 𝐻𝐿 Fellowship of Neonatology from UK. Can we have a round of applause, please?
तो ये सीधे तस्वीर इस वक्त आप देख रहे हैं जयपुर से, जहां पर बाल रोग विशेषज्ञ तमाम मौजूद हैं।
With great honor and privilege, we invite Dr. Shashivani ma'am for her Lifetime Achievement Award. And we witnessed your Madhurvani ma'am yesterday. Dr. Shashivani has been Professor Emeritus of Pediatrics from PS Medical College, Karmasat. She is also the retired professor and head for BJ Medical College, Ahmedabad. She is a recipient of 𝐻𝐿 Fellowship Neonatology from UK, having a teaching experience of 44 years, and she has been heading various national forums in pediatrics and neonatology. May we honor her with a round of applause, please. Please.
Good evening, the dignitaries on the dais, my friends and my colleagues. I am thankful to IIP Neonatology chapter and the members for bestowing the Lifetime Achievement Award to me. On this special occasion, I am offering my respect to my and pranams to my parents, in-laws, all gurus, right from schooling till date, and especially Dr. A.G. Desai, Dr. Sheila Singh Paul, my PG teacher, Dr. P.M. Pai, Dr. Armida Fernandez, and Dr. Nathali Charpa. My special gratitude to my husband Harshad and my son Dhaval, who supported and encouraged me for my work and had to tolerate my absentees and long hospital hours. Madam Birsun. After my MD Pediatrics at Kalavati Saran Children's Hospital, Lady Hardinge Medical College, Delhi, I joined JJ Hospital and worked with Dr. A.G. Desai, who guided throughout my journey till date, and then I joined Nair Hospital under Dr. P.M. Pai, a strict disciplinarian. My journey as neonatology started with 10-bedded NICU at Nair Hospital. I learned actual basics in neonatology from Dr. Armida Fernandez when she organized a training in neonatology at Sion Hospital. I was fortunate that I was made in charge of neonatal division with 10-bedded NICU in 1989. Before this, newborn section was in a small room and was looked after by all pediatricians in rotation. I had an opportunity to attend the breastfeeding and lactation management workshop organized by Dr. 𝐕𝐀𝐏 𝐍𝐄𝐎𝐍 with facility 𝐈𝐀𝐏 𝐍𝐄𝐎𝐍 and Helen Armstrong for 7 days. Along with Dr. Fernandez, UNICEF, we developed a training manual on breastfeeding and lactation management and teaching material and trained doctors, nurses, other healthcare personalities in municipal hospitals and urban health center mothers, and made Nair Hospital a baby-friendly hospital. I received a fellowship for 3 months for advanced training in neonatology at Liverpool with